Hey, what's up guys, it's Ronald here. So this video is going to focus on Zinzi Mandela. She is currently the ambassador to Denmark on behalf of South Africa, and she's also one of the founders of the Mandela Legacy. Now, if her surname sounds familiar, yes, it's because she is the daughter of former President Nelson Mandela and also of Winnie Madikizela Mandela. So without wasting any more time, I'm just going to jump straight into what she said on Twitter on the 13th of June, and here's the tweet. When you came here without land, you found the original people making fire. Next, you'll claim you taught us. Just like Chris Barnard learned the basics of heart surgery from his black gardener, what you're good at is fantasy. Yeah, that tweet is concerning for a number of reasons. The simple fact that it's blatantly racist because it's a you statement. You, us, them, they, white versus black. The fact that she aims that tweet at every single white person as if every single white person in this country thinks the same way is really problematic. In her tweet, she comes and makes that statement as if every single white person thinks that they're better than black people in this country. And that is absolutely absurd. Now, you won't hear me say this often, but the racism in that tweet is not the most important thing. The most important thing in that tweet is the sheer amount of fake news that is being spread by Zinzi Mandela. The fact that she's referring to Chris Barnard as learning everything he knows pretty much from his gardener is absolute nonsense. Now, the gardener that she's referring to here is a guy called Hamilton Naki, which was a gardener at UCT, and then he sat in on a lot of surgeries that took place before Chris Barnard got there. By the time Chris Barnard got to UCT, this is an actual fact when he assisted Chris Barnard with some of the procedures. So it is definitely somebody that doesn't get the amount of credit that is due towards him, but he definitely was never ever the gardener of Chris Barnard. And the fact that she's saying that everything that Chris Barnard was basically taught about heart surgery was through Hamilton Naki is just absolute nonsense. We know the history of Chris Barnard. We know how long he studied, how long it took him to perfect his trade, and in essence then become the first person to do the successful heart transplant in the world. But yet, according to Zinzi Mandela, nope, it's not because of Chris Barnard or the years and years or decades that he dedicated to perfecting his trade. No, it was merely by having a quick conversation with a fictitious gardener that he never had. Now, what is even more concerning is after she posted this tweet on the 13th of June, she's doubled down pretty much on every single thing. So whether you are a white or a black individual and you try to correct her, she just doubled down with more racism. And I will link her tweet in the description below so that you can just go and check the type of responses that she put out. And be sure to go and check out her profile on Twitter because she is an absolutely toxic human being. It's quite scary to think that you could literally have a father like Nelson Mandela that preached about equality, that preached about having the best South Africa possible. But then you can still be a child of somebody like that with the amount of racism and hatred inside you. Now, what's even more problematic is the fact that she's the ambassador to Denmark. So she's sitting there in a really, really white country, and she has got this mentality within herself thinking that every single white person, because of her tweet by saying you, and them and they, it makes you think that what type of people are we sending out to the rest of the world to represent South Africa? Because if Denmark had to see this type of tweets coming out from our ambassadors, then surely they'll realize that, well, if you feel this way about white people, then what the hell are you doing in this country? So to end off this video, it's really problematic that we've got not only somebody that is the child of a really, really respected politician, but the fact that we've got somebody that is representing South Africa abroad that are making these racist and outlandish statements that is just spreading fake news. And needless to say, this will not be trending on Twitter or Facebook because, hey, we know what trends on Twitter. It's only racism when it comes from the one side. And it's really disappointing that not only do we have somebody here that's blatantly racist, but we've got somebody that is spreading fake news and doubling down on both of those. Doubling down on being a racist and doubling down on fake news. And that's basically all I've got to say. If you enjoy my content, then please consider making a donation. You can do that via Zapper or SnapScan by following the link in the description below. Also, please be sure to leave a comment and let me know what you think of Zinzi Mandela's statement and whether or not you think it's worthy of trending on social media. Also, please be sure to smash that like button. Let's see if we can get 1,555 likes on this video. And that would represent that we are gutful of this double standards of what is worthy of trending on social media and also what is worthy of being reported on by mainstream media. Also, please be sure to subscribe, and if you are subscribed, hit that bell icon so that you can be notified of my future uploads. Lastly, please be sure to share this video with your friends and family because that's literally the only way my message gets out there. Till later, cheers and peace out.